I decided to go up to the famous Elysian Park just north of Chinatown in Los Angeles. And this bridge is going over the river. Downtown is behind us, but I'm turning right. And of course I need to use a car because it's a big park. If you are coming in from Broadway, on your left hand side you can see the Solano Canyon. It's basically cutting far in between the hills. It's an older community, in many ways similar to the former Chavez Ravine. But if I understand it correctly, they got rid of that neighborhood when they built the Dodger Stadium. And I think they are using frisbees on the upper side. Not today, but you could. There are many beautiful colors to look at, from baby blue to pink. It's definitely an interesting area, and it's hard to believe we are only 5 to 10 minutes from the downtown area of Los Angeles. You can park almost anywhere in this beautiful park, and that's a good sign. And people also stop under a tree. People take a nap. Maybe they bring a girlfriend or boyfriend. People smoke. That's what they do. This park is also divided in two parts by the 110 freeway. And you're looking at the downtown area of Los Angeles. And cars are coming down from the Pasadena area. There is also a connection to the 5 freeway. Maybe that's why you have so many cars. And down to the right, it's hard to see, but there is a tunnel. That's how you get up to Pasadena. You have to go through the tunnel. There are a few homes on the upper side of the Solano Canyon. And I can imagine they have a lot of noise from the freeway. Areas like this are of course jam-packed during the weekends. People bring food, drinks, and they bring their children out and they are playing or relaxing. Sometimes you have to fight to get a table because it's a popular area. There are many places where the view is excellent, like this one. This is what people are thinking of when they hear the word Los Angeles. Big freeways going in all directions, traffic, congestion, buildings. This part of the river is made up of concrete because not too long ago this area was flooded all the time. So they had to do something, and they brought in the engineers to fix it. That's why it's so ugly. It is not pretty. And this is the Elysian Reservoir. I don't know where the water is. It's like it's covered in a weird material. I don't know what this is, but I suspect there is water somewhere under what you're looking at. If you go too close to the edge and crash down, it's over, my friends. This is scary. There are several hundred feet down to the ground below. And these homes next to the river, I believe they called this area Frog Town 100 years ago because they had plenty of frogs. I assume it was a wetland at that time, but my theory is that there are not too many frogs left in the area. There are only cars and cars and cars on the 5 freeway. And the hill in front of us is called Mount Washington. People like to stop at this spot and hike up, even higher up. The ground is full of holes, smaller holes made by maybe a rat. I don't know what type of rats they have in the park, but there are hundreds, if not thousands, of smaller holes in this area. Probably because the ground is soft. I need to go up to the next one because that's even higher, where you see the 2 pine trees at the top. And I'm surprised to see one more. I mean, there are plenty of these spread around in the park, so maybe the entire park is a frisbee zone. And there are more holes up on this hill. If you know what kind of rat it is who makes these holes, let me know. Because I am 100% clueless. I have no idea. Whew. I made it to the top. And the view is even better from this area. We are looking towards Glendale and Burbank. And they put up a swing. But I can tell you another thing. There used to be a big fat branch going out to the side, or maybe even more out towards the steep side, and people were sitting on this one, swinging in and out, and you can imagine how dangerous that would be. But all the fun stopped when somebody came out with a chainsaw and cut down the branch. So yeah, it was gone for a few years. Somebody put it back, and that's always nice. But it looks safer today than it did before. You see the road? We need to continue up this road, up to the main park area. If you're not sure where to find parking, then look for this water tank. And then you follow the road in this direction, and in about 10 seconds you will find a big parking area. Baseball is of course a big thing in this park. I mean, if you think on it, we are like 4 minutes away from Dodger Stadium. And the kids are, of course, big fans of the Dodgers. The parents are sitting down, eating a sandwich or drinking something cold while the kids are playing. But it's mostly a weekend activity. There is a good viewing area in about 25 yards. Let's try that out. This is one of the best viewing points. You have a clear view of the Dodger Stadium with the enormous parking lot. It's big, and in the background a classic view of downtown Los Angeles. And slightly to the left you see the tower of the City Hall. I know it's far away, but you know what I mean. It's a cool area. This is also the starting point for Los Angeles Marathon. At least it used to be. I'm not sure if they still use this area, but of course it's a good and big enough staging area for a big race like that. And people come out late to this area. Sometimes they bring a cooler full of, let's call it drinks, and they sit down. There are many places below where you can sit down. I have seen sofas, or you pick a nice rock and you drink a cold one. Of course, that is super illegal, but after all, nobody cares. That's a nice drinking place with a sofa, actually 2 sofas. All right, I think we have seen this one. I will do another 2 small stops before we call it a day. . The Angels Point area has a big artwork. And I think it could be interesting to check it out. I don't know what it's representing. Maybe there is a sign, maybe not. It will be a surprise. If you go west from the downtown area, maybe 10-15 minutes, you would come to Echo Park. It's a few miles out, but we can still see the top of a church, and I think that's dead center in Echo Park. And then we continue, we are passing Silver Lake, and we are coming up to the Hollywood area in the background, way out there. And I know we can see Century City like 15 miles out as well. The Angels Point Monument or artwork is right in front of us. There's a spinning thing on top representing maybe the wind. And this piece is full of graffiti, like most other things are in Los Angeles. And there is a chance we can see the Dodger Stadium. Let's go to the opening in between these low trees. And yes, there is the famous Dodger Stadium. I don't think anything is going on at the stadium today, and we have seen this beautiful sculpture or whatever we call it. I don't know what it is, but it's time to go back up to the car. I need to do, I think, one more stop. Deep in this canyon, in the middle of the Elysian Park, you will find the Los Angeles Police Academy. They have been here for years. The recruits, they can practice laws, they can study, they can do jogging, shooting, and learn about tactics and many other things. But my day is over. So I'm going to finish up by the gate into the Los Angeles Police Academy. And by the way, I hear shooting in the background, so they definitely have a shooting range a few hundred yards in. Over and out, my friends.